Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage SARRC's President and CEO, Dr. Daniel Openden.
So I'm walking through the hallways of SARRC when a therapist comes out of a therapy room covered head to toe in a white foam. I peek inside the room and it's a complete mess. I saw a chair, a table, and a couple toys sitting on that table, all covered in the same white foam. "What is that?" I asked the therapist. Alice, the therapist, shrugged her shoulders and said, "Shaving cream." Then Alice explained to me that Max, a 4-year-old child with autism, has a goal: to learn how to play appropriately with toys, a skill that comes naturally for most 4-year-olds. Playing with toys is also developmentally significant and foundational for learning many other critical skills. But Max, he wasn't interested in toys. So much so that his parents stopped buying him toys even on his birthday. Rather, Max preferred sensory-seeking activities like spinning and swinging and squeezing, and he loved the feeling of different textures on his hands, such as shaving cream. So Alice had a creative idea. Perhaps she could pair shaving cream with simply pushing a car across the table. It didn't matter how much shaving cream Max needed, nor where or on who it went, so long as he pretended to drive that car on the table. And by the end of that single therapy session, Max, for the very first time, played with a toy car appropriately. As if she never doubted for a second that she could teach a young child with autism with zero interest in toys how to play with a car, Alice looked at me, smiled, and proudly proclaimed, "Fun was had, skills were learned." Hope is determination and purpose, not a wish or blind optimism. Alice saw hope in Max, developed a plan, and literally rolled up her sleeves to teach a skill most of us take for granted. That kind of hope doesn't stand alone. It builds systems, fuels innovation, and changes our perception of what's possible. It's found in SARRC's research, where new discoveries advance understanding, diagnosis, and treatment of autism. And it's found in our clinical services, where nonverbal children are learning to talk, teens form connections with new friends, and adults find purpose through employment. But 1 in 31 children are diagnosed with autism today, and the needs are growing faster than the systems built to support them. That's true whether you're living in northern Arizona, southern Arizona, or right here in Maricopa County. And it's exactly why SARRC is working towards becoming a statewide organization that puts effective services within reach of every Arizonan by 2030. To do so, here are 4 ways we're spreading hope across the state. First, hope will be distributed through 9 campuses statewide. In January, SARRC opened our 5th site, the Catherine G. Bosco campus in East Mesa. This is the first of several new locations designed to increase access to SARRC programs. This campus isn't just a building, but a tangible expression of what we've been working toward for years. A place where families can receive support closer to where they live. A place where so many more children, teens, and adults are learning and growing. And a place where new partners and those without autism are helping us extend our inclusive, supportive community. Meanwhile, you can't truly become a statewide organization without expanding outside of Maricopa County. That's why we're excited to announce that next January, SARRC will open our 6th campus in central Tucson. Opening a SARRC campus in Tucson where more fun will be had and more skills will be learned, allows us to join and build alongside a vibrant autism community already doing meaningful work in southern Arizona. And we're not stopping there. In December, SARRC completed our $13 million A to Z and everywhere in between capital campaign, supporting the expansion of additional campuses in North Phoenix, northern Arizona, and thanks to a new lead gift from the Arizona Cardinals, the West Valley. Second, hope comes when getting an autism diagnosis is both reliable and easily accessible. As you saw in our earlier video, that matters because as difficult as getting an autism diagnosis might be, a path forward begins. Access to services begins. Family support begins. And fear gives way to hope and possibility through effective treatment. That's why last year, SARRC provided 213 diagnostic evaluations for free. That means no 6 to 12-month waitlist barriers, no insurance authorization barriers, and no financial barriers. And using telemedicine, families also don't have geographic barriers. Rather, families can complete the diagnostic process in the comfort of their own home, allowing for no-cost diagnostic evaluations to happen here, there, and everywhere in Arizona. Third, hope increases with public policy changes and strategic partnerships. Way back in 2008, SARRC helped pass Stevens Law, an autism insurance mandate that provides $50,000 per year of coverage for children ages 0 to 9, $25,000 a year of coverage for kids 10 to 16, but no coverage for those over the age of 16 years old. Yet children with autism become adults with autism. So SARRC worked with Senators Shamp and Werner to update Stevens Law. And last May, after 18 years, Governor Hobbs signed Senate Bill 1590, which removes the age and dollar caps of Stevens Law and expands access to treatment statewide, particularly for adults with autism who, for the very first time in Arizona, are now guaranteed insurance coverage. And while nationally only 14% of autistic adults are employed, SARRC added 17 new employment partners in 2025, helping 86% of the adults in our employment services programs get hired. But it's not just about jobs. It's about dignity. It's about confidence. It's about belonging. It's about independence. And it's about building a life and a future. Finally, hope scales in inclusive, supportive communities. The secret sauce to the hope that happens here is you. Where else do 1,500 people come together for breakfast annually to support and learn about autism? Where else do typically developing students without autism participate in and benefit from inclusive preschools alongside their peers with autism? Where else do technology companies build video simulators that train police officers how to identify the signs of and interact with people with autism? Where else do employers hire, train, and retain autistic adults? And where else can you find, in just 1 year, more than 3,300 cars driving support for autism, with SARRC and First Place's new autism specialty license plate designed by autistic artist Joe Bradley? Thanks to you, all of this and so much more only happens here. When I walked into that therapy room with shaving cream everywhere, I saw a mess. But Alice, she saw hope and possibility. You see, at SARRC, we don't define children, teens, and adults with autism by what they can't do today. Rather, we ask what's possible tomorrow with the right support, the right plan, and the right people. That happens here at SARRC, in this community, around this city, and soon across this state. Hope happens here, and together, we're bringing it everywhere. Thank you.